Mr. Romney, where do you stand on reform for the current lobbyist situation we have in Washington?
Well, let me give you a view, just overview of what I think about Congress and what needs to be done in Congress. I am personally of the belief that money plays a much more important role in what is done in Washington than we believe. I personally believe that when campaigns spend the kind of money they're now spending, this race, I understand Ted Kennedy will spend about $10 million to be reelected. He's been in 32 years, $10 million. I think that's wrong because, and that's not his own money. That's all from other people. And to get that kind of money, you've got to cozy up as an incumbent to all of the special interest groups who can go out and raise money for you from their members. And that kind of relationship has an influence on the way you're going to vote. But these kinds of associations between money and politics, in my view, are wrong. And for that reason, I would like to have campaign spending limits. And to say we're not going to spend more than this in certain campaigns, in a campaign for senator or a U.S. representative and so forth, because otherwise I think you have money playing far too important a role. I also would abolish PACs. You probably have one. I don't like them. I don't like the influence of money, whether it's business, labor, or any other group. I do not like that kind of influence. Lobbyists, I want to register, know who they are. I want to make sure that gifts are limited. I think we have to really become much more vigilant in seeing the impact on money, and I don't care how it's organized, on money and politics. The kinds of demands that are being placed on the economics of running a campaign suggest an increasing power on the part of moneyed interests, and I think it's wrong, and we've got to change it.
Mitt Romney's gang formed a super PAC just for the purpose of taking $1 million check from a friend of his and hide it, and then they disbanded it 2 weeks later. That's what's wrong with American politics. Mitt Romney and people like that, I'm being very specific here. He's not a corrupt man, but the system is corrupt.
Mitt Romney says he knows nothing about a mysterious $1 million donation given to one of the super PACs supporting his candidacy. This is a $1 million donation that comes from a company that dissolved just before the donation was reported to the FEC. Team 5 Investigates Janet Wu follows the trail.
The super PAC is called Restore Our Future, created by Mitt Romney's former aides. It reported within the first 6 months of this year over $12 million in contributions, including 4 donations from individuals or corporations of $1 million each. Romney's campaign says it knows nothing, since the PAC is a completely separate organization.
It's very simple. The rich have the biggest say here. And what we're seeing here is the old notion of plausible deniability on the candidate's part.
Among the 4 mega contributors is a company called WSPAN, which existed only 4 months this year, dissolving weeks after making its $1 million contribution. The company was formed by Boston attorney Cameron Casey of Ropes and Gray, which handles much of the legal work for Romney, some of his aides, and Bain Capital, where Romney once worked. WSPAN may not exist anymore, but its offices used to be listed in the same building as Bain Capital in New York City.
It doesn't surprise me because last year's Supreme Court ruling, Citizens United, opened the door for unlimited secret donations to super PACs. The main purpose of it is clearly to get around disclosure laws.
It strains credulity that they don't know, the Romney camp, what's going on, and that someone's going to an awful lot of trouble not to leave a footprint here.
Through a spokesman for the law firm, Casey had no further comment.
It's the Sergeant Schultz defense from Hogan's Heroes. I know nothing, but he probably does know something.